Of all my favorite cities in Europe that either existed during or were founded during the medieval period are my favorite, and the best kinds of those cities are right here in Belgium. Here you can dine amongst buildings that are over 500 years old, and some of which were actually built during the Renaissance period. You are literally dining in history in a place like this, and there are two cities in particular in Belgium that stand apart, and that is Bruges and Ghent. They are alive with activity and architectural beauty just as they were during the medieval period. And in a place like Bruges, you will find traditional Belgian cuisine with recipes just about as old as the buildings that still stand in the center square. These cities are the most magical places in Europe, and in this video, we're gonna try delectable Belgian dishes including rabbit stew, beef and beer stew, world-famous Belgian waffles, and of course Belgian beer and so much more, all set in Belgium's medieval cities. I'm Dave Kaufman. I travel to distant exotic places and places a little closer to home to indulge in the culture and cuisine from the familiar to the extreme. There's always an open seat at my table for you, and sure, I'll pick up the tab. This is Dave Kaufman Eats the World. So when you're looking for something to eat that's typically Belgian here in Bruges, you gotta go to a place like this, and these places are all over Bruges. These little outdoor cafes have some of the best food and the best beer you're ever gonna find anywhere else. So right here in the center of Bruges, we are at an outdoor cafe. This is, I'm gonna totally mispronounce this. Charlotte here will then correct my pronunciation, but I'm gonna try it. Le Panier d'Or.
Le Panier d'Or.
It's exactly what I said.
Yes.
Le Panier d'Or.
Yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Okay, good. All right, so this is like a typical restaurant that you're going to find here in Bruges.
Yeah.
What is good here?
First of all is the carbonade flamande. So it's a beef stew. And you can find too the conane, the rabbit.
Ooh, the rabbit.
Yes, the rabbit. And I will take this.
So you're going to try the rabbit?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to try that carbonade flamande.
Yes.
Sauce à la bière brunet et frites.
Yes.
That's like perfect French pronunciation, isn't it?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay, I can correct or
Yes,
not?
yes, you can.
So you will take carbonade flamande, sauce à la bière brune et frites.
Okay, when you say it, it sounds like musical.
No.
When I say it, it sounds like I'm blowing my nose. All right, so I'll read the English part. That's Flemish beef stew with a dark beer sauce and fries. That sounds perfectly Belgian.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very good.
And that is only 25 euros. All right, so the beer has arrived. So I got this beer, Bruges Ghent.
Yes.
And this is brewed actually right here in Bruges. I love this logo, the crazy jester. But I have not yet tried this beer in Belgium. We're just going to try this out here. Man, you guys do beer good in Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, coming from the United States, I thought that Coors Light, Miller Lite, now that is beer. But here in Belgium, you guys really do it right.
Yeah.
I'm totally kidding. There's a joke out there about American beer. Can't tell it here because I'll get demonetized, but it has to do with something in a canoe, being close to water. If you've heard the joke, you get it. But if you haven't heard the joke, you can figure out what the missing words are. But this is just absolutely downright amazing.
Yes.
What did you get here?
Oh, and I get a Duvel.
Duvel.
Yes.
Also brewed here in Belgium.
Yes, and as usual in Belgium, each beer has its own glass.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And it's criminal if you don't drink your beer in the good glass.
Like literally criminal or just frowned upon? Like if I pour this beer into that glass, is a police officer going to come up here and...
Maybe.
Yeah?
No.
Give this a try.
And you have to serve this beer with a special angle. If you do not, it's not good.
There you go.
It's perfect.
That is a perfect pour of beer. So we're gonna enjoy our beer here, enjoy this amazing scenery, and wait for our meal to get here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ah, damn, that's a hell of a beer. All right, dinner. Ooh. All right, look at this. Holy buckets. Merci. Look at this. All right, so we kind of switched to the other side of the table because that's what you do in Belgium, right?
No.
Or was it because those people sat there and that we didn't have enough
Yeah.
room over there, so we moved to this side of the table? That's what's going on here. But we've got our rabbit, and we've got our...
Carbonade flamande.
we've got our carbonade flamande. Perfect pronunciation.
Perfect.
Yes. All right, so that is rabbit stew.
Yes.
And now, rabbit stew is a pretty common dish here in Belgium.
Yes. It's very good.
Because this is pretty much served only in the finest restaurants in the United States. But this is not generally served in the United States. That looks amazing. Over here, we've got my carbonate flamande. And again, this is beef with a Belgian beer gravy sauce. And we've got Belgian fries and a little salad to go along with it. So we do have to talk about Belgian fries for a second. I may have mentioned this in previous videos. If not, I'm going to mention this in future videos. These aren't French fries. The French did not invent French fries. The Belgians did. But they invented them in a French-speaking region in Belgium. When they traveled around the world, they were called French fries. But they are actually Belgian fries. They were invented right here in Belgium. Right?
You're right.
Yeah, that's right. I know my stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with the rabbit.
You have to be careful with the rabbit because there is a lot of bones. You have to be careful when you want to eat. So you can try.
Okay. Are there any bones in here?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to kill you.
You don't want to? Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. I'm going to try the rabbit here. Oh, that is delicious.
Yes, I know.
Wow. That is absolutely delicious.
Yes.
I'm moving on to the beef here. It looks a lot like pot roast. It's flaky, it's tender. This looks absolutely delicious. All right, I'm trying out the beef here.
Very good.
The rabbit is delicious. This is something on an entirely new level. That beer sauce that they make, you can really taste the beer, you can really taste the savoriness of that sauce, and the beef is just kind of melt in your mouth good. It is so savory and so delicious. You know, you go to an outdoor cafe anywhere else in the world, and it's kind of like you don't really expect the best food in the world at these types of places, but here in Belgium, it is a totally different story. Here in Belgium, you get some of the best food and the best scenery. This is exactly why I love Bruges, and this is exactly why I love Belgium.
If I can say,
Yeah.
the sauce is with beer too, as your dish, but this one is beer with onion.
Beer and onion.
Yeah, and you can find the rabbit with beer and prunes.
Also the
And prunes.
Yeah, and also in the carbonade flamande or with carrot. So you can make the sauce more sweet sometimes.
Okay.
So
put dry prune in there.
yeah,
And then it
Yeah.
sweetens the...
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
All right, so this is Jean-Francois, and Jean-Francois, you got the fish.
Yeah.
And what kind of fish did you get?
So it's a flat fish that live in the North Sea. It's called a sole in French, a zeton in Dutch. I don't know in English.
I think we just call it fish.
A fish,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And it's really delicious. And you can see it becomes easy to take the fillet. You see? You can try it out if you want.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to try out Jean-Francois's fish.
For me, it's the best fish in the world because it doesn't taste. It's not
It
fishy.
doesn't taste like fish. It's not fishy.
Yeah.
It's really firm. It's not like flaky like fish.
Yeah.
All right, so now that we've had our just absolutely amazing lunch, there are so many other things that we need to try here in Bruges. And one of the things that Belgium is known for, other than its beers, I better look both ways before I cross this road or I'm going to get crushed by a horse, but one of the things that Belgium is known for are, of course, waffles and chocolate. So we're going to leave the main square of Bruges. We're going to go down these little alleys here where tucked away in all these little corners are some of the best little waffle places. All right, so here at Chez Albert, you are going to find so many different kinds of waffles. You're going to find the classic waffle, the Belgian waffle with chocolate, with strawberries, with just caramel and whipped cream. So many choices. I think I'm going to go for the caramel and whipped cream.
So here we sell only Liège waffles.
Liège waffles.
So it's those one with sugar on it. But in Belgium we have also the Brussels waffle. It's a bit thinner and it's more square. And there is, thank you very much.
Oh, look at that. Oh, wait. We got a plain one or a caramel? That, you got the plain one? I got this one.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. This is kind of a madhouse here. We're going to move aside and try out these waffles. That just looks amazing, though. Look at that. All right, so we found a little place right over here around the corner. There's a cute little park bench here. There's a nice little park. That view in front of me is absolutely amazing. And what better place to sit and try our Belgian waffle? Again, I love that they have these little Belgian flags there. This is a souvenir. Totally keeping that. Fell on the ground. I'll pick it up. I'll just put it there. It's just a little dirty. It's still good. It's still good. But as you can see, that whipped cream is already starting to melt, but it's filling in all those little nooks and crannies of this waffle. That caramel is melting all over the place. This looks absolutely amazing. All right, I got a big fork full of that delicious looking fluffy waffle. Lots of caramel, lots of whipped cream. That is a forkful of Belgium right there. All right, let's try this out. Oh man, I tell you, so many people come to Europe, they go to France for the food, they go to Italy for the food. The really adventurous or uninformed go to England for food. But a lot of people, I think, overlook Belgium for the food. And out of all the places that I've been in Europe, Belgium has the best food that I've ever had in Europe. I come to Belgium to be a foodie. I hate the word foodie, but it is what it is. But this waffle is incredible, and it is much different than waffles you're gonna get anywhere else in the world. There is something special about how they make waffles here in Belgium. It's like eating sourdough bread in New York, but then actually going to San Francisco and eating sourdough bread where it's made in the element that it should be made in San Francisco. With the water in San Francisco, it really makes a difference. So the other thing that makes this waffle just so much better is that here in Europe, they don't use sugar from cane. They use sugar from beets. And it tastes, therefore, maybe not a little bit more sweet. It just has a more robust sugar flavor. And that little difference between the waffles made elsewhere in the world and the waffles made here in Belgium, well, it literally makes all the difference in the world.
It's not just the amazing food in the street-side cafes or the waffles that make Bruges incredible. It's the chocolate. This region is known for world-class chocolate from some of the best chocolatiers in the world, and sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. What was I saying? Oh yes, chocolate. And being that I'm here in November, when it's a little chilly, I'm gonna try out some of this world-famous chocolate, but I'm not gonna eat it. I'm going to drink it.
Here we're gonna get a Belgian hot chocolate. I mean, is this the best hot chocolate we're ever gonna find, Jean-Francois?
Probably will.
Probably. We'll try it. We're gonna find out. They have hot chocolate bombs here, and what you do is you pick out which chocolate you want, and there's goodies inside these bombs, and then once you have that selected, our new friend right over there will then make the hot chocolate. How do you do, is it just hot milk and then you put the chocolate bomb in it?
Yes.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's...
Just a chocolate bomb and then hot milk.
And then hot milk?
Yeah. And
okay.
After 1 minute, it's a bomb.
It's a bomb.
Nope, not that kind of bomb, and not that kind of bomb either.
The white chocolate is white chocolate.
That's more sweet. Milk chocolate and dark chocolate.
And dark chocolate. What is in these?
It's always marshmallow.
Oh, it's all marshmallow.
Yeah.
So you just pick the chocolate and each one of these has marshmallow in it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pick the milk chocolate. So we have been invited back and she is gonna show us the secret recipe that has never been revealed to anybody in the world before about how they make it. So they put the chocolate bomb in there and then we pour the milk in there and then steam that milk. How long do you let it steam for? 20 seconds. And then we pour the milk on the bomb. Now, do we need to stand back? Is it going to really explode?
Boom.
Boom. And that's that. And then you just wait for the chocolate to melt, and then you drink it and enjoy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
Cheers.
Thank you. All right. That's really cool. Here, let's see if we can make that, like if we dunk it, now we can, oh, look at that. The final bubbles before the bomb goes off. Look at that. And then you just stir that up. Oh, and there's the marshmallows coming out. Look at that. And then once that's all dissolved, you've got
the best hot chocolate in Belgium. All right, so all of our chocolate bomb has been dissolved. This is ready to drink. We're just gonna try this out. Wow. This is the most chocolatey, flavorful, delicious hot chocolate I have literally ever had. I'm gonna say that about everything that I try here in Belgium because I just can't get over how good everything tastes here, between the waffles, or how savory the meat dishes are here, or how chocolatey the hot chocolate is here. This tastes like literally a melted candy bar in milk with marshmallows. This is an amazing cup of hot chocolate. All right, so another street food that you can get here in Bruges is right behind me. This is, I don't know, the name of that place. Jean-Francois?
Yeah.
What's the name of this place? Up there?
Gesondheid Apotheek. So
Right.
it means that it's a pharmacy for your health.
Pharmacy for your health.
So Gesondheid is health, and Apotheek is the name for pharmacy.
Apothecary, okay, I got that. I got the word there. There are no drugs here, however. So right here we have the beignets, and they take those and they put them in powdered sugar, and then they put them in that thingy, and we eat them. And that's all there is to it. Look at this. I'm just gonna take that out. You have these little wooden forks, and you just stick it right in your beignet, and you eat it right off these little wooden forks. Here we go, we're gonna try this out.
Be careful, it's very, very
Oh.
hot.
These are right out of the deep fryer. They're really hot, but really tasty. Essentially, these are just deep fried balls of dough with sugar on top of them. Really simple, but really delicious. And again, this is one of the street foods that you can get here on the streets of Bruges. And there's a line like all the way around the block for these. These are really delicious and quite unique. Bruges may be my favorite city in Belgium, but it's not the only medieval city in the country. With more photos in my phone than I'll probably never look at again, and the taste of waffles and chocolate still happily dancing on our taste buds, we headed just an hour drive east towards the third largest city in Belgium, Ghent.
What you doing with the big bomb, boys? Is this how Belgium transports their nuclear weapons?
A city that embodies European history, culture, and yes, cuisine. Here you can gaze and marvel at the towering centuries-old churches that make up the allure of this medieval city skyline, even though they long ago stopped functioning as churches and are now nightclubs and restaurants and museums. In the late Middle Ages, Ghent was one of the largest and richest cities in Northern Europe, with some 50,000 people living here in 1300 CE. Ghent has been a city of worldwide notoriety, as this is where the treaty would be signed that would end the final war between the United States and Great Britain. Comment below if you know what war that was. And of course, you can't have a medieval city without a medieval castle. And when it comes to medieval castles, Gravenstein Castle may be one of the most famous in Europe. The current castle dates from 1180 CE and was the residence of the Counts of Flanders until 1353 CE. It was subsequently repurposed as a court, prison, mint, and even a cotton factory. But today remains one of the most amazing museums on the continent, which closed 5 minutes before I got there. These buildings along the river, like this one, was a grain merchant that dates back to 1200 CE and makes it the oldest building in the harbor. Ghent was an important port and became the hub for grain merchants, which later became the spark that set the blaze of Belgium becoming the beer capital of the world. And speaking of beer, that's one of the many reasons why I came to this city, to try a variety of beer only available in Europe. Trappist beer. I'm a sucker for a good Belgian beer, but of the 10,000 or so varieties of beer brewed here in Belgium, each distinct and varied from the breweries that create them, it's the Trappist beers that stand far above the rest. It's a beer that must be brewed only by Trappist monks. And there is a strict brewing criteria to have this distinction that is so strict, in fact, that there is just 10 breweries that meet that criteria in all of Europe, and most of them are right here in Belgium. And the best way to sample one of those beers is at an outdoor pub just like this that are found throughout every city in Belgium. And here in Ghent, you'll find these places literally everywhere. So you can't get a Belgian beer without also getting aperitifs. Basically, a little cheese tray. These are called TV sausages, and it's just a little something that you get while you're sitting here at an outdoor cafe waiting for your beer. And you eat it with your beer too, I suppose.
So, for some reason, they call these TV sausages. Apparently, you sit in front of the TV and you eat these, hence TV sausages. There's nothing really special about these. They come from a can. These are really served pretty regularly in outdoor pubs like this. You come, you sit, you have one of 10,000 types of beer that's found here in Belgium. You've got your really good cheese, and you've got your TV sausages. We're gonna try this out. They just kind of taste like pickled meat almost. There's very little meaty taste to them. The cheese is where it's at. So they serve their cheese with celery salt, and what you do is you just kind of sprinkle this on your cheese and, well, try it out with celery salt. So this cheese is literally from the city Gouda in the Netherlands. Therefore, this cheese is Gouda. So cheeses are named sometimes from the city that they're originated in. So Roquefort, for instance. And you can't get cheese that's any more authentically Gouda than this, because this was literally made 3 months ago in Gouda, Netherlands. We're just gonna try this out with the celery salt. Wow, that is really creamy. The celery salt, kind of overpowering with it, so not so sure I'm down with the celery salt, so we're just gonna try a piece without the celery salt. Yeah, without the celery salt, you can really taste the flavor of the cheese, the creaminess of the cheese. The cheese is very good. I'm a professional.
Yeah, good is really professional.
Good, yeah.
Good, you know that you know what you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Good is really,
that's right. I don't know what that.
Really sharp.
This is just a matter of time before I'm found out as the fraud I am. Oh, and look at this. All right, and our beer is here. Look at that. That is served in like the coolest beer glass. That beer is nice and nutmeg color, nice and brown. Like I said, I am a sucker for Belgian beer. This is gonna be good. We're just gonna try this out. Oh yeah, that most definitely does not disappoint. This is a really robust, full, round flavor. It's a little bit fruity with maybe a kind of a hint of fig to it, but this is why I love Belgian beer. There is just nothing like sitting in an outdoor cafe here in Ghent with some cheese, TV sausages, and one of 10,000 beers that can be found here in Belgium. This is exactly how to enjoy Belgium, right here. Oh man, that's good. You know, if there's one thing about Europe that I absolutely love, it's these ancient medieval cities. You know, some of those buildings that are still standing predate by hundreds of years the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Those are some old buildings. So guys, if you're hungry for more, check out that video right there. If you're starving for more, check out that playlist right there. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Right now, being in a medieval city, I'm gonna go find the knights who say "ni." Anybody remember that? Anybody know what I'm talking about out there? The knights who say "ni"? No, just me? Pretty much the story of my life.